Welcome, boys and girls, to an episode of Advanced Word Study. I'm your host, Miss Chelsea, and this is your teacher, Miss Amber. In preparation for our lesson today, you'll need a pencil and a piece of paper. Have fun!
Thank you, Miss Chelsea, and welcome back, boys and girls. We're going to continue our learning of vowel team syllables today in this lesson. As we come across multisyllabic words in text, we can use our new knowledge of the syllable types to help us decode and blend unknown words when reading. But before we get started, let's review what vowel teams are. We've learned that vowel team syllables have a vowel sound that is either short or long. We've also learned that those vowel teams are spelled with two vowel letters. Let's look at our picture. Remember when we said vowel teams are two vowels that come together? And we like to think of them as like holding hands and being a team and working together to make either that short or long vowel sound. We also looked at the word steamboat. And in the first syllable, we had vowel team EA. In the second syllable, we had vowel team OA. And that was our example word. And before you help me, I want to review how to use the syllabication steps to work through decoding an unknown word. So I want you to watch me do this first one. We know that step one is to label the first two vowels. The first two vowels I see are E and AI. So I'm putting my V, and remember, when we see that vowel team, we just put one V under it. Step two, draw a bridge to connect my vowels. Step three, label the consonants on the bridge. I see consonants X, P, and L. But I know that PL is a blend, and I want to keep that together when I'm labeling my consonants. Step four, to divide using the pattern I notice. And we have learned in all of our multisyllabic lessons that when I see a VCCV pattern, I divide between the consonants. Now, I've got to identify each syllable type and label them. My first syllable, I see vowel E, followed by consonant X. And when I think back, I remember that's a closed syllable, and that E will make a short vowel sound. My second syllable, I see my vowel team AI, so I will label this vowel team syllable. And I know my vowel will say A. Step six tells us to read each syllable and read the whole word. So I have X, X, plain, plain. When I put it together, I get explain, explain. We will make sure that we explain each part of our lesson today as we're working through vowel team syllables. Now, I want you to help me, so get your pencil and paper out. When you get your pencil and paper, write this word on your paper. Are you ready? Great. What's step one? Label the first two vowels. What two vowels do you see? I see AI as my first vowel and I as my second. We remember when they're a vowel team, we keep them together. We're going to label those with a V. Step two says to draw a bridge to connect the vowels. So you draw your bridge connecting AI to I. Step three, label the consonants on the bridge. What consonant do you see on our bridge between the vowels? S, great. So we're going to label that with C. Now we need to divide using the pattern we notice. What's our pattern we notice? VCV. And let's look at our charts. We know that when we have a VCV pattern, we always want to start with this one where we divide before the consonant. So I'm going to get another colored marker and put a dotted line right there because we might have to move that line, remember, if it doesn't work. Now, we're ready to identify the syllable types for each part. What's our first syllable? We see AI, and we will label that as, yes, vowel team syllable. What's our second syllable? What vowel do we see? I, and it's followed by consonant N. Let's go to our chart and review when we see a consonant behind the vowel what type of syllable it is. Closed syllables end in one or more consonants. So if it ends in one or more consonants, it makes a short vowel sound. Just like in this syllable, I have A followed by consonant P. So it's a closed syllable because I is followed by consonant M. So it's a closed syllable. So that will say I. We're ready to read each syllable and blend the word. You do it after me. A, ray, in, sin. Let's put it together. Raisin, raisin, raisin. Like a little snack, you might eat raisins in the afternoon. Great job. You ready for the next one? Write this word on your paper. All right, what is step one? That's right, label the first two vowels. What are the first two vowels you see? I see E and AI, and I'm putting AI together because it is a vowel team. That's right. Step two, you know what it is. Draw a bridge to connect your vowels. Step three, label the consonants on the bridge. What consonants do you see? I only see consonant M as well, so I'm putting my C. We're ready to divide using the pattern we notice. What pattern do we have? VCV. We know with VCV, we divide before the consonant the first time to try and see if that works. So we're going to draw our dotted line before consonant M. Now, let's identify our syllable types for each part and label them, which is step 5. I see a vowel and nothing's behind it. Do you remember what syllable type that is we've already learned? That's right. It's an open syllable. And open syllables end in a vowel. They make a long sound and they're only spelled with one vowel letter. Great job for remembering that. So we're going to put an OP for open. And we know that vowel sound will say E. What about our second syllable? I heard you. That's a vowel team, so we're labeling it with VT for vowel team. And AI will say A. Now, we're ready to read each syllable and blend the word. So this time, I'm going to point, and I want you to say the sound, and then I'll repeat them after you. R-E, re. M-A-N, main. Let's put it together. Remain, remain. I hope you remain with me doing the rest of this lesson. Write this word on your paper. All right, step 1. Label the first two vowels. You do that on your paper. I hope you underlined EA as a vowel team and O as the other vowel. Draw your bridge to connect the vowels. Label the consonants on the bridge. I heard you say you only see one consonant. Me too. Now we need to divide using the pattern we notice. We see VCV. And with all the other VCV patterns, we divide between the consonant first. But remember, we'll put our dotted line because we might have to change that if it doesn't work out. Step 5, identify the syllable types for each part and label each. What's our first syllable? It's a vowel team. Good. What about our second syllable? O is followed by consonant T. That's right, and we've already reviewed that's a closed syllable, and it will make a short vowel sound. So let's read each syllable and blend the word. You're going to take the lead again, so I'm going to point and you say the sounds and blend the word part together. T, E, T. Pot, pot. Put it together. Teapot, teapot. That's a word we've heard before. Can you do one more with me? Great. Here's your word. Write it on your paper. Step 1. Label our first 2 vowels. So you underline and label your first 2 vowels. I will underline A and O because they are our first 2 vowels. Step 2, draw a bridge to connect those vowels. Step 3, label the consonants on the bridge. I see 2 L's, so I will put 2 consonants. But you know what? Before we divide, I see some more vowels. So let's stop and go back to step 1 and let's label the next vowels we see. We see vowel O here that we've already labeled, but behind that I see vowel team EE. So I want to underline and put a V under those 2. Now let's draw a bridge from our vowel O to vowel E. And let's label the consonants on our new bridge. And that's only consonant W. Now we're ready to divide using the patterns we notice. So what's our first pattern in between the first 2 vowels? VCCV. And we know that with VCCV words, we divide between the consonants. So we'll put it between the L's. And what's our second pattern? VCV. We've been working all through this lesson that with VCV, we first divide before the consonant. So I'm going to put my dotted line there. And we're ready for step 5, where we identify the syllable types for each part and label them. Here's our first vowel, and it's followed by consonant L. Great, it's a closed syllable. Look at your second syllable. It's vowel O, but nothing comes behind it. And we've previously learned that that's an open syllable. So it will have a long vowel sound. And let's look at our last syllable, EE. And that's a vowel team, and it will say E. So we're ready to read each syllable and blend the word. You're going to take the lead one more time. So I'm going to point and you say it and blend the word part together. Al, hal. L, o, low. W, een, ween. Let's put that 3-syllable word together. Halloween. 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 And that's what we're going to read in our text today. So I'm so excited to read a text that involves Halloween. So the first thing I want us to do is read this text alone. So I'm going to be quiet for a second and I want you to read the text Halloween Surprise to yourself, and then we're going to circle the words that we syllabicated earlier. Did you enjoy reading that story? I did too. So the first thing before we read it together I want to do is circle the words that we syllabicated earlier. Our first word was raisin. Let's find and circle raisin. There's raisin. I'm going to circle it. And it is capitalized in this word because it's the name of the cereal, Raisin Bran. So they capitalized it. Our other word was remain. Let's find remain. There it is. I'm going to circle remain. Our third word we syllabicated was teapot. Let's find teapot. There it is, teapot. And then our last word, which was a 3-syllable word, was Halloween. Let's find Halloween. I think it was in here twice, up here at the very top and down here at the bottom. All right, we've found our words that we syllabicated and read earlier. Now I want us to read this together. So I'm going to put my finger under the words and I want you to track and read with me. Are you ready? Great. Halloween surprise. Jean and Megan got up Friday morning like every other day. They went to the kitchen for breakfast. Both girls made a big bowl of Raisin Bran. They were going shopping today with Mom. Halloween was coming and they needed outfits. There was going to be a shindig just for kids. They spent hours daydreaming about what they would choose. Mom came from the office and said, "We may not make the store today, girls. It's rainy outside, and I don't believe it will be fun to shop with wet clothes." The girls looked at their mom sadly. They did not want to remain in the house all day. The thought of picking out their new outfits had been ingrained in their minds for weeks. Jean and Megan laid on the floor, staring at the ceiling as the rain fell on the house. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. It was the mailman. He was soaking wet. Mom let him come in to dry off. The mailman looked at Jean. "I think I have a special treat for you ladies." He pulled from his bag 2 new princess outfits that were just their size. Mom glanced their way with a smirk. She had ordered outfits for the girls weeks ago. Megan and Jean were so giddy, they hugged the mailman and Mom as tight as they could. With Halloween saved, they all sat in the kitchen while the teapot heated and the rain fell from the gray sky. Did you enjoy that story? Because I sure did. Now I want us to think about a couple of questions that relates to our text. The first question says, why were the girls excited for their day with Mom? Think back. Why were they excited? That's right. They were excited because they were going shopping for Halloween costumes. But then that didn't get to happen because it was raining. So who saved the day and how? That's right. The mailman saved the day because he brought 2 packages of princess outfits that Mom had secretly bought for them a few weeks ago. That Mom tricked them. So let's review really quick about vowel team syllables before we wrap up. Vowel team syllables are a syllable that has a vowel sound that is either short or long. It is spelled with 2 vowel letters. Remember, we like to think of our 2 vowel letters together, holding hands, rooting each other as a team to make that sound together. So great job today, boys and girls. I'm so excited to continue our learning with our controlled syllables.
Thank you, Miss Amber, and thank you, boys and girls, for your participation in the lesson today. We can't wait to see you again. Bye.